Hope you're having a great day. Tonight again, we're having our health shop, and for everyone to know too, we do have the ability for you to come and actually be in person for these. Before all this COVID nonsense, um, we used to have people come and just ask questions and do all kinds of things. Here we had a room full at one time in past, so I'd like to work back to that again, and we've even moved our little studio around here so we can accommodate that. So anyways, welcome to come. Otherwise, you're welcome to watch it on Instagram and Facebook because we've never done that before, so it definitely makes it easier when we have cold weather and that kind of winter stuff coming on. But anyway, tonight we're talking about handling holiday stress. We've been talking this month about, especially with foods and things, but in general tonight talking about just handling holiday stressors, because we know the holidays can be stressful, and it's not really anybody's fault. It's just the way we kind of have our society built into. We all have to have presents, and we all have to get presents for everybody, and we all have to spend a lot of money and all that kind of stuff. So, and it's all under the gun. And I think the worst thing about it is you work for months sometimes to get all your stuff for everybody. And then after, when Christmas comes, about an hour, everything's all opened up and it's all over with, and then we're back to regular life. So one of the stresses there. So anyway, I'm going to talk about some of the food things and some of the emotional stuff that goes along with holiday stress, because they are really related there. So of course, I'm Dr. Mark here at Natural Health. We've been practicing now for 40 years, and learned a lot of things over that time, of course. And we just keep learning more and more. Even like with this COVID business, has been quite a ride here, and learning a lot more about it. I think it's interesting too. I think people are really looking at health and why people need to be healthy, so you don't have to worry about all these bugs that are out there. Mainstream medicine is really into the bugs and the bug killing, with the antibiotics and even cancer things. That's really a lot to do with killing things and stuff. So natural health, we're looking at more getting things to live and grow and do positive things for the body to be actually healthy, and then your immune system is working correctly, your body is actually healthy, not just lack of symptoms. So in the mainstream medicine, their definition of health is just a lack of symptoms. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're on 10, 12, I think I saw an article where somebody's on 45 medications the other day. Our record here has been 30. Had somebody come on 30 medications. Of course, they don't last very long with that, but you just keep adding medications to handle symptoms. Well, half of the symptoms are from the medications. You're not really getting any health, and you're not really getting any energy. Where if you do it in a natural way, if you get the body actually truly healthy, you have energy, you can think, you can do things, you can enjoy life, you can enjoy kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and things like that. So that's why we're different here at Natural Health. We're trying to work towards positive health rather than disease management, which is what mainstream healthcare is right now. It's not really healthcare, it's disease management. So anyway, we'll go on and talk about foods in general. And of course, many people that come into us when they first start our program here with nutrition response testing think that they're eating a pretty good diet. And so there's a lot of education we go through with people we can help them to understand why certain foods don't work for their body and why certain foods are not really foods at all. So, one of the things we harp on is white sugar, refined sugar. And again, if it was a dire poison, we'd all be dead. So it's a thing where, your body can handle some, but not a lot and not all the time. And if you look at the charts and things, you'll see that over the last 100 years, the consumption of sugars went up, and up. And, it's sugar in processed form works more like a drug than a food. So, and as a drug, it's very addictive. Many times it's more addictive than cocaine. So, if a manufacturer get a person to like something that's got sugar in it, they'll be more likely to come back and get more and eat more of that same thing. So, we want to get people to understand that, and then to get them away from that addictive substance and working towards actually foods that their body is meant to have. You have to have good foods for the body to be able to repair itself. You can't live on processed foods. There's been some people try that on McDonald's, for example, and there's even a video called Super Size Me on Netflix and YouTube that you can look at for free, but it looks at persons that have tried to do this. You just can't live on processed foods and expect to have be healthy. Now, you may need to exist on some of these things, and have a long life long. To actually be healthy, you have to have a good probiotics in the gut that these bacteria help your body to make vitamins that you can absorb in and utilize correctly in the body. So food, as just a baseline, is so important. And of course, our lifestyles, we get so busy doing things, we get away from making food at home. I mean, we just built a house lately, and we've talked to some contractors and things, and they're talking about building houses don't have a kitchen in them because the people don't want to cook food. They just want to go out and get it somewhere and then bring it home or eat out all the time. Well, I mean, there's some good ways of eating out, and there's some good restaurants, but you have to know what you're doing there, and you can't have desserts all the time, and you can't be eating processed foods and things like that all the time with all the different preservatives and things in them. So that's a lot of information. And when patients come in, we talk to them a lot about what that is. What is good foods? What are foods that your body needs, and how to avoid even eating out some of the bad foods and the things that are in there. Especially a good example of that is oils. Many times people go to a restaurant, they get a salad, they think, man, I'm doing good now, I'm eating a salad, but then they put all kind of dressing on it, which has bad oils in it. And the bad oils are a definite negative. We're talking about seed oil, vegetable oils there that are very highly processed, the trans fats and the things like that in those. So not only are they not a good food, but they're an actual negative or a bad food. So a lot of things to really learn about with foods, and especially in this day and age. Going to some of the little lifestyle things too as we get into this holiday season. You don't have to stay at home and sit in the house all the time. Get out and move around. Just nice, easy walking. Now again, in areas where the climate's not so good, sometimes you have a limited time to get out and be in the fresh air. But whatever you can do is important to do that. It's important to get out, breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe deeply and enjoy and relax. And that's something anybody can do, even when they're opening presents and the kids are going crazy and all that kind of stuff. Just try to stop a second and breathe. Another big problem that I see too, like on Christmas morning, everybody loads up on coffee and sugar again. And then they wonder why at about 10 o'clock they're so depressed and anxious and all this stuff. Well, that's the blood sugar crashing, and the caffeine is going crazy in there. So really important to understand you don't have to do that stuff, or in moderation at least. But again, walking, good example there. Bike riding if you can. Be with your friends, but be in a quiet place. You don't have to go out partying all the time, that whole Christmas weekend, New Year's weekend, all that kind of thing. It's just going to cause trouble, and you're going to pay for it eventually, if not right then, down the road, because you're burning up a lot of good vitamins, a lot of good minerals, and then eventually, that's why people, end of January, February, usually have flu issues, bad colds, pneumonias, all this kind of stuff goes on, because we're not getting good sunshine, we're not getting good nutrition, we're eating too much junk, and the body's going to, it's going to cost you eventually. Again, just relaxing outside. Again, if you can get out there. I mean, even if you would just look at this picture and relax. I mean, I have a wall in one of my offices that is just a beach scene, and it's just nice just to sit there and look at that and imagine you're being there, and you just start to relax. You just feel your body starting to relax then. So it's good to find things that you can do that help the body to be able to relax. Even as Christmas movies or things like that, and with friends, and not having to, play video games and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, just looking at things that are positive, not only with foods, but also in the lifestyle of what you're doing, and to realize that most of the holidays that we get into, of course, we've just been through Halloween and then Thanksgiving, and we had all that sugar involved there and stuff. And again, a little bit's okay, and many people do well, like even just a little piece of pumpkin pie, get by with that. But as we get into Christmas, now you have all the bakers and all this kind of thing. I've had several patients talking about, well, it's just tradition for them to bake a whole bunch of cookies or to make different things. Well, that's really nice, but why don't you just give them some cheese, or give them something like apples and stuff, apple salad, rather than donuts and divinity fudge and popcorn balls and all this kind of stuff that they're just junk that really are detrimental to not only your health but to theirs too. So just gotta think about that as you try to be nice to people, but then is that really nice in the long run? So anyway, things about that, just the things about being positive and focused. So I think that's enough for me tonight. Dr. Chip's going to go into a lot more good information. Don't forget, we do have free consultations here at the office. If you're not really sure what we do, with nutrition response testing, with the nutritional work we do, the chiropractic techniques that we use here at the office, you always just come in and we can go over that with you so you kind of know what we're up to with things here. That's always available. And also on our website, Natural Health Quincy, here's a place to send them for our newsletter. We have a weekly newsletter just once a week. We're not going to send you 2 or 3 a day, but just once a week we'll put our blog information. We write up blogs every week and then explain more about what we're talking about here and how you can be helped, that kind of thing. So all that's available, and then you can always, again, come to these meetings in person. So we're happy to have that, and I think we're past all this COVID business. So anyway, that's enough for me. I'm going to turn over to Dr. Chip, and have a great week. We'll see you next week. That'll be the last one before Christmas. So anyway, have fun getting ready for Christmas season. Here's Dr. Chip.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and continue our discussion of handling stress throughout the holiday season here. And I'm Dr. Chip, so we'll go ahead and keep going. I'm kind of going on a little different route here with the different things or different styles of handling stress. Dr. Mark explained a little bit about the foods that we eat can, again, affect how our bodies are feeling and functioning, and that can cause us to kind of have some dips in moods and energy swings and all that too. And he also talked about, walking, getting outside, doing something that helps to relax ourselves here and there, of course, to help promote a good, healthy overall natural way of doing things. But I would also like to, kind of give you a little different ideas, little things to think about there too, so that, again, sometimes just having something to contemplate on or different ideas can help us to kind of wrap our minds around different ways of doing things. Relative on the screen here. Relative meaning that, one thing then again, that helps to allow ourselves to get a more of a clearer mindset there. So again, just kind of go back into relative. Now, like we said there too, everybody's going on different or has different challenges, different obstacles, different things that kind of come about in life. And again, that's just kind of a part of life. That's kind of how we are able to go through life, to experience life in different ways. Again, if it was all sunshine and rainbows, we wouldn't be able to appreciate the sunshine and rainbows. So again, there's just always challenges and obstacles there. But again, as we take a step back, we can see again a bigger picture there too. And so again, you can see a big person moving a big boulder here. Again, very challenging activity there. But again, when we are able to experience the challenges, the obstacles, the upsets, the trauma, all that different things there too, then when we are able to, you would say, heal or able to get past or able to overcome or anything like that, when we have a success, it's that much sweeter, it's that much greater there too. And so again, life really is kind of more about those ups and downs. season here, we can have more of a roller coaster way of things where it seems like emotions are high and then they go low, and it feels like we're really having the time of our lives, but then we go into another state there too. And again, those are fun times to experience, but at the same time, we need to be able to know that we can control what we can feel and think, and that we can actually bring that to ourselves. And like Dr. Mark explained there too, is just being able to take a step back and breathe. Again, our breathing is one thing that we can voluntarily control. So before I said breath, you were probably breathing on your own, and you didn't even think about it. But once I brought up breathing and your breath, then your mind started thinking about, oh, how am I breathing? How am I breathing slow or deep, or am I breathing fast? And so that's one thing to kind of keep aware of as you are going out through things, or things seem to be very overwhelming, or stressful or burdensome. Again, look back to your breath. How are you breathing? Again, take a step back and just take a nice slow deep breath, and again, that will definitely help the body to regulate itself better, so that you can overcome or handle different things there too. And so again, like we said, is that life can be a roller coaster. Life can go up and down, left and right. But again, it's more about how we can help ourselves be able to regulate our bodies and our brains, especially our minds there too, so that in that circumstance, when we're kind of in the midst of everything, we're able to, you would say, see it in a more clear lens. So again, just kind of a little tip, a little kind of reminder that we can help ourselves, but after, if we get caught up in the roller coaster too much, and we're not realizing that we can take that step back, then that's when we can start having those health issues down the line there too. So again, I think that's it for me, and again, kind of short and sweet, but of course I think that's a kind of more of a helpful way of understanding different things, kind of going back there, again, going back to that relativity. Again, when you were a kid, you were probably going through a lot of different things, of obstacles, challenges, and then again, it would seem very hard at the time, but when you were able to rally through and succeed, again, those were great struggles that you overcame, and you had again, a great feeling of achievement. So those are good things to aspire to. But of course, life is like that. So again, just being able to make sure that we're aware of that and remember that we are able to help ourselves in that moment too. So again, that's it for tonight. Again, you can follow Natural Health Quincy IL at Facebook, Instagram, Parler, Brighteon, Rumble, YouTube, and BitChute. Dr. Mark Holtschlag at Gab. You can subscribe to our email list at naturalhealthquincy.com. That's the website also. The number is 217-228-2040. We're located at 2000 Jefferson Street in Quincy, Illinois. Thank you so much for watching. Again, stay tuned for more as we kind of dive in more into the holiday season, again, kind of those ups and downs, those swings, but again, always just trying to help give you more information to help yourself, so that you can take more control or power for your own life and health. So thanks again, and have a great week.